Boy, I tell you, some of these numbers seem to be off.
We've got to cut through the noise.
Little inflation, maybe if you adjust the numbers for inflation, and especially because of COVID, you have to inflate a little bit. Uh, some of these numbers, if you take a look at the rejection rates for some of these ballots. For instance, in the state of Michigan, I got the figures pulled up here. They don't add up. They unless everybody suddenly magically learned how to be flawless and not make any mistakes on your ballots, especially when we're talking about mail-in ballots, when you have more of a possibility for there to be an unusable ballot because there's more of a process to do it, just common sense, then you'd think the number of rejections would be around the same as they have been historically, but they're not. So what's up with that? And before we get into the story, make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you ring a little ding ding on the bell so that you don't miss future content. Okay, let's get into this. I saw this story and my mind was instantly intrigued because it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi. Now, more than 10,000 deceased individuals cast ballots in Michigan, analysis shows. More than 10,000 people confirmed or suspected to be dead have returned their mail-in ballots. Returned their, not just received a mail-in ballot. That mail-in ballot then was returned from heaven, or the other one, to the state of Michigan, according to analysis of the state's election data. About 9,500 voters confirmed dead through the Social Security Index are marked in the state's mail voting database as having returned votes. And I stress this enough, this is not possible. We don't have the technology that I'm aware of to receive votes from the other dimension on the other side of death. Another nearly 2,000 of these returned ballots are from people who are 100 years old or more and aren't listed as living centenarians. Vocab word of the day, huh? The analysis was provided by Richard Bears, director of Big Data Poll. The data indicates that somebody else was trying to vote on behalf of these people. It's entirely possible that some of them aren't even real people. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Americans older than 110 are very rare. Like, I don't think I have ever met somebody that old type of rare. And apparently, in the 2010 census, there was only about 1,729 of them in the state of Michigan. And I know this is too soon, but this was before COVID. So there's probably less now. It's just common sense. Even if somebody tried to vote on behalf of a deceased person, the vote would be rejected, according to Tracy Wimmer, spokeswoman of the Michigan Secretary of State. Ballots of voters who have died are rejected in Michigan, is what she says. But the numbers are not saying that right now, okay? Because, okay, it claims to have 10,000 mail-in ballots from suspected or confirmed deceased individuals. For argument's sake, let's say the majority of these people are not actually deceased. They're just not listed in the index of known living old people. Okay? So let's say like a third, just take a third of these, right? A third of these ballots would still not add up to the amount of ballots that have been rejected, mail-in ballots, in the state of Michigan so far. That is 1,856 mail-in ballots have been rejected in the state of Michigan. And just in case you're wondering, that is a very, very low number. That is suspiciously low. That is incredibly, impossibly low. Okay? Now, I didn't know that before I looked at history of other election and other ballot rejections. But what this lady is saying is that every single known deceased person, their ballot is rejected. And this story claims that there are 10,000 of these deceased ballots in Michigan. Then my question is, why isn't there more rejected ballots here? It's an honest question. Let's say even if a third of this, say even 1/10 of this would be 1,000. But you're telling me that of all of that, there's only 1,856 for the state of Michigan. Now, if you're not really sure what that number means yet, let me show you. I have pulled up the amount of mail-in ballots rejected in the 2016 general election. Here we go. Are you ready? Look at this. That's in one county, one tiny county in Michigan. There was 1,500. There was 2,800 in this county. There was 570 in this county, 958 in this county, 774 in this county, and 5,164 in this more populated county. Look at this, 4,100, 2,800. I just saw 3,000. Look, 3,996. That's 4,000. That's 2,800. I mean, 3,700. A lot of rejected ballots. A ton. It wouldn't be too hard to say that in the whole state of Michigan, there's probably at least 15,000, at least 20,000 there, give or take. But now everybody seems to have learned how to be perfect and not make any mistakes at all. And what invalidates a mail-in ballot is if there's information missing, or if there's a signature that doesn't match up, or if they can't be found in the voter's registration. This number is not possible. That's what I'm saying. This number is not possible. So what do we do with this? What do we do with this when we're talking about mail-in voting? We're talking about a process that is more complicated than just going in and voting in person. And you're telling me that that is more perfect and that has a whole lot less ballot rejection? I'm not buying it. I'm not convinced. Something fishy is going on here. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. What are your thoughts on mail-in voting? What are your thoughts on my No Shave November going on here? And as always, thanks for watching. I will catch you next time. Hey there. If you're wondering why I'm smiling, it's because I'm coming to you from the land of the past where America was still free. Just kidding. Kind of. Not really. If you enjoyed this content, you can subscribe right there. You can also watch anything that's may or may not be flying over my head at this very moment.